Good morning. Got a little Frank Sinatra in the background.
She gets too hungry.
Oh,
For
dinner at 8. Yes, we're at Blue Jeans Pizza in Blue Ridge, Georgia. I'm your host. Oh, I gotta wait just a minute. See? Whoa, yeah. Blue Jeans Pizza, good morning, Blue Ridge. That's why the lady is a tramp. Whoa. Oh my God. I mean, I'm going through here. Easy. I'm going through all the music I can no longer listen to. I am. I'm changing things on my music list. I can't listen to The Lady is a Tramp. I like to watch The Office. Michael Scott. We can no longer say that's what she said. I mean, that's gone. There's a whole list of things. It's over. It's over. I mean, we can't. It's like the 7th grade dance all over again. The boys are on one side of the gym, the girls are on the other. And then the girl goes into the principal and said, he stood over there and he looked me up and down. America, what the? Oh, I'm not supposed to do that on Fridays. Good morning from beautiful Blue Jeans Pizza in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. We have Dr. Whaley coming up. Ask the Doc at 8:15. Welcome to the no groping zone. No groping. Now we're going to show you. No groping zone. Obviously, groping is a concern. So there's good groping, maybe, right? So we have good groping, right? That's good groping. Justin Timberlake. I mean, who doesn't want groped by Justin Timberlake, right? I mean, or is that okay to say? Or are there women out there that want this good groping? Just saying. And then there's the bad groping. Bad groping. Bad groping. Al Franken, while you're asleep. Not many women want to go to sleep and have bad groping. So good groping, back to good groping, bad groping. So you just found out, America, yesterday, that Al Franken, senator of Minnesota, is a creep. You just found out. I've known it for years. I know you're upset I didn't tell you. But I've known for years Al Franken's a creep. We will get to that in a minute. Obviously. Oh yeah, you want to hear my Roy Moore joke this morning? Here's my Roy Moore joke, okay? What did Roy Moore say? Now ready? What? I wrote this myself too. Okay, just so you know, Sam, I didn't steal this joke. What did Roy Moore say to the dad that caught him dating his 16-year-old daughter? What did Roy Moore say to the father that caught him dating his 16-year-old daughter? Give me 3 steps. You liked that, didn't you? Come on, Sam, you know you like that. Sam liked that joke. She just shakes her head. She never knows what I'm going to say next. Dr. Whaley, 8:15, Ask the Doc. Don't get upset with me, America. Don't get upset with me. You're the one that's being taken. I'm going to explain. 8:15, Ask the Doc. 8:45, Light Up Blue Ridge. Pam Fink will be in here at 8:45 to talk about Light Up Blue Ridge. Great event coming up. Small Town America. I tell you what, if you want the Christmas feel, Small Town America, light up events in your area, but we're going to talk Light Up Blue Ridge with Pam Fink. It's at 8:45. At 9 o'clock, we're going to have the All-Star panel. We will welcome them to the no groping zone at 9 o'clock. There'll be no groping on the panel this morning, just forewarning you. I will not, if Jane, I promise, I will not on the air. If Jane is here, I will not pull her close and hold her and tell her how much I enjoy her being here on the show today. No groping, it's over. No groping zone on the panel. Moving right along, at around 9:45 or somewhere in there, sports with Jason Banks. He's going to be stopping by. We're going to talk Gilmer football program, and we're going to talk about the Phantom Rebels baseball program. So 2 of my topics I want to bring up with Jason Banks, Team FYN Sports, around 9:45 is Gilmer high school football and Fannin Rebel High School baseball. And then we are going to close the show with our friends from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. That's Humane Society of Blue Ridge with our pet of the week. We always thank Rena for stopping by. Absolutely beautiful dog we're going to showcase today on the pet of the week. So that's several things we have coming up. Now, before we go into Al Franken, that's the news this morning. And before we go into that, because I want to make an open monologue comment that I want to post today. Deja vu, okay? Deja vu. So I went to the meaning of deja vu, and it says deja vu is a common experience that has happened to many of us. The expression is derived from the French meaning already seen. Already seen. Last night, I want to report to you, the House of Representatives passed tax reform. Last night, okay? And also a shout out to our congressman in this district, 9th District, if you didn't know it, Congressman Doug Collins of the 9th Congressional District in Georgia was the floor leader yesterday, and he got the opportunity to smack the gavel down, read the vote count, and say that tax reform. Oh, excuse me, folks. I can take a drink of water. President made it official. You could do that on air now. So, wasn't Marco Rubio, President Trump. So anyhow, very proud in the 9th District of our congressman slapping the gavel down, getting to say tax reform is passed for the American citizens, corporations, whether you like it or not, and all. And then we hear that the Finance Committee over in the Senate has passed their version out of the Finance Committee. Don't get all excited. Don't get all excited because it just came out of committee. All right. So we have the House. So I doubt President Trump will run to the Rose Garden with the House of Representatives like deja vu. So here's the deja vu in it. I thought the House passed the repeal on Obamacare. Thought so. I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I think I thought the Senate Finance Committee moved it out of the Finance Committee, the repeal on Obamacare, so it could go to the floor for a vote. I thought that happened. I thought John McCain walked up and really enjoyed, giving the American people the finger by doing the thumbs down and giving us that moment, right? Folks, tax reform. You don't like hearing corporate tax cuts. But if we don't go from 35% to 20% in the corporate tax rate, we can bring home $1 trillion. $1 trillion estimated immediately bring home, push into this economy, okay? So we have one of, if not the highest tax rate in the world, and we can't compete worldwide. And you can yell corporate giveaway all day long, but we have to do something with the corporate tax rate to keep our corporations in this country. I'll leave it there for the argument. But don't get overexcited today that the House has passed the tax bill. Don't get overexcited today that the Senate has moved it out of Finance Committee. What I would like to ask is, why is Mitch McConnell saying that we're going to talk about this? Now, Thanksgiving is next Thursday, okay? So why is Mitch McConnell saying that we're going to bring it to the floor for a vote? We're going to bring it to the floor for a vote right after Thanksgiving. Why is he saying that? Okay? Why not now? If now, when? If not now, when? Why not? Why not put it on the schedule for debate? Give the Senate 24 hours to debate it, 48 hours. Let's see what that would be. That would be today and Monday, and Tuesday vote on it. Why not? Why? Why wait long enough for Grandma Collins to go on the Sunday shows? Why wait long enough? Here's what they're doing. Here's what they're doing. The propaganda machine is the Sunday shows. Okay, so watch what happens this Sunday. First of all, Johnson in Wisconsin says it doesn't cut taxes enough to make cheese. All right. Dean Heller, he is the senator from Nevada, and he says he doesn't know if he wants to roll the dice and risk this one and gamble this one. So Heller's not on board 100%. Jeff Flake from Arizona, He says if he's got some oceanfront property, he'll sell you in Arizona if you think he's going to vote for it. So you got Jeff Flake, and you got Maine. I don't know, what should I say about Maine? Well, we'll leave Maine alone. But then we got Grandma Susan Collins up there in Maine that says, I don't know if I can vote for this. That's my Bill Clinton. Well, how the hell do I get my Bill Clinton in that? I got to get it ready, Sam. I can't. Susan Collins, that was my Bill Clinton. But anyhow, Grandma Susan Collins. So we got the 3 or 4 Democrats that are they are Democrats. Republicans, Democrats. We got the 3 or 4 Republicans that think they're superstars, going to be on all the morning shows, watch and see. Jeff Flake, why do you think you may not be able to support the tax reform bill? Oh, I forgot. Little Bobby Corker? Little Corker from Tennessee. He says he's a deficit hawk. He is a deficit hawk. He will not. No, wait, let me get here. Oh, man, I never intend to go anywhere, but these names set me off. Little Bobby Corker is a deficit hawk. Why, he doesn't think he could vote for something that would add a dime for the deficit. I think you ought to look at the deficit and how long he's been in the Senate and how many votes he has cast that may have added a dime to the deficit. Now, little Bobby Corker says, I just can't do that. I'm a deficit hawk. Let me tell you something. In 2009, in 2008 and 9, when the economy collapsed, folks, let me just say to you this. All they keep telling you is when the economy collapsed and financing froze in this country and you could not get a loan, that Donald Trump used foreign banks, they're saying this, alleging in Russia, used foreign banks alleging in Russia to finance some of his business dealings, okay? Don't let it go with little Bobby Corker. You look at 2008 and 2009. If your commercial properties were crashing, if you were losing your commercial property because you could not refinance the debt on your commercial property, if you had any way whatsoever, a strip mall, anything like that you could not continue to get financing on, and you lost it to the bank or lost it because the credit freeze, why don't you look up little Bobby Corker and see how he was able to find financing for some of his friends during that time on commercial properties? That's a good read for the weekend. So don't listen to anything little Bobby Corker tells you down there in Tennessee. He's a deficit hawk. I knew that was going to set me off. All right, anyhow, let's look at this, okay? This all started back, Jessica Hahn, not all started back. Bill Clinton, sexually assaulting young ladies in his office, the Oval Office. Bill Clinton allegedly raping women, which I feel we should believe the women. Now we're supposed to believe all the women, okay? So let's look at this just a minute. I'm going to bring up something. Minka Brzezinski, oh, God forbid. She's become the poster child for women right now. Well, she's had enough surgery. Anyhow, Minka's become the poster child for women right now, okay? So I don't want to say anything to upset women. Now, you know me. I don't know if I should tell you I like women or not because, God, if I say that, I don't know if I've done something wrong. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I can say anymore. I'm confused. Well, I was confused. That's what she said. I'm confused, right? Oh, can't say that anymore, right? Oh, hell. Anyway, listen, this is my serious side, very serious, okay? The game plan, America, you've been taken. The game plan is to take the Clintons off the radar, off the campaign trail, not just the campaign trail, off the list of run against. You see, 2018, Minka Brzezinski said, we can't tiptoe around the Clintons anymore. So you've been set up. 2 weeks ago, what is Hillary Clinton most known for, right? The DNC needs to separate themselves from the Clintons. What is Hillary Clinton most known for? Corruption. We'll just say it simple there, corruption, right? So Donna Brazile comes out with her book at the right time, just 2 weeks ago, and lays out page after page after page of Hillary Clinton corruption, right? So the DNC is moving themselves away from Hillary Clinton. She will not be the issue on the ballot in 2018. You cannot run against Hillary Clinton. You will try, but you cannot, because the Democrats came out and fell on their own sword, and now 2018, Hillary's off the list. So what's Bill Clinton most known for? Being a predator? Remember the movie Predator? Being a predator, Monica Lewinsky, raping women, bimbo eruption, in Hillary Clinton's own words. That's what he's known for, the bimbo eruption, allegedly raping women, Monica Lewinsky being a predator, getting on the Lolita Express with young girls, maybe 14, 15 years old, flying down to Pedophile Island. Yeah, that's true. Look it up, okay? He's on the flight manifest, is that what they're called? 14 times on this plane with this pedophile. So Bill Clinton's mostly known for that, right? Well, we got Roy Moore. We got Roy Moore, and then we have Al Franken, a Democrat that falls on his own Democrat sword, right? And now Democrats are starting to come out and say, we believe Anita Broderick. We should believe these women. Bill Clinton started this. They're going against this. There's two things the Democrats needed to do, is get Bill Clinton, because what did Donald Trump do? He's the first one that invited all four of those women, right? Paula Jones, remember the press conference? He called Bill out. So they got to take Bill off the campaign trail as being a predator, okay? They got to take Hillary off the campaign trail, and they've done it. They've done it. Why will the Democrats not, when I say Democrats, why will this lady in Allred, Gloria Allred, not release the yearbook to analyze the handwriting? Let me tell you something. You release the yearbook, send it up to friggin' FBI. Send it to the best handwriting analyst. They got them. They work forgeries all day long. Send them to the best handwriting analysis people in the country or the world. Let them come back and say yes or no. And if they say yes, then Roy, no? What? What are they afraid of? Send it up there. Girl said, hey, Roy signed it. Last but not least, what they're looking for in Roy Moore is a Jimmy Swaggart moment. You need to understand what they're doing, folks. You got to catch on. If they want a Jimmy Swaggart moment, we all remember when Jimmy Swaggart came out and said, I have sinned, right? Remember that? And he cried on TV and he sinned, and he was with the, Jimmy Swaggart. He liked to watch. Not going there? Remember that? That's what they want with Roy Moore, folks. They want a Jimmy Swaggart moment. Now, if they could get Roy Moore to go on stage and say he has sinned, because he's religious, okay? 10 Commandments, Roy missed some of the thou shouts, remember? Thou shouts, Roy kind of missed some of those, as they say. But if they could get him to go on TV, maybe even wear his cowboy hat, hold his gun in the air and say, I have sinned against you people in Alabama, then, oh my God, that would be the moment they dream of. Then the Democrats will coalesce, I love the word coalesce, around Roy Moore and love him. Love him for admitting it. Love him for coming out. They will love him so much, they will win Alabama and then explain to you and the rest of the country why you can't support and endorse a Steve Bannon candidate, because it's probably like a Roy Moore, and Roy Moore sinned, and he even said it himself, right? Al Franken, they're figuring out this morning what the accusations are. They're already defending Al Franken against this lady. What is this lady's name? Leah Tweeden. They're saying, hey, who is she? They're already saying, they didn't say who is she with the 14-year-old girl. Not the mainstream media, not ABC, CBS, MSNBC. They didn't say, who is she? Let's look at her background. Let's look at who she is. But they're already doing that on the other side. Who is she? Is she worthy to be believed? Or should we believe all accusations? Or should an accusation ruin a man's career? Folks, you're being taken. I sure hope you're paying attention. I've gone a little long here this morning. She looked at Al Franken and said, this is not an SNL script. Franken's a creep, but he apologized. Oh. I'm your host, BKP. When we return, it's time for Ask the Doc. We're at Blue Jeans Pizza in Blue Ridge, Georgia. We better go to break.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
I'm multitasking.
You're not allowed to multitask.
I have to.
I came in this morning and you were singing for crying in the night.
I was singing.
You were
I like
supposed
it.
to be ranting and you were singing. It was wonderful.
Singing.
When your all-star panel gets here, you have a very talented woman on it who knows a lot of Sinatra. And so if you want to do a little duet, you probably have a co-conspirator there or something.
I have to be careful, Dr. Whaley. I may have to take some of the Sinatra songs off my music list within the last week. There's some things probably that are not appropriate.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, and we're at Blue Jeans Pizza right here in the center of town. Beautiful fall mountain morning up here, a little 32 at my house. I come out of the house pretty early, had to put the defroster on, but that's okay because I love these 55, 58 degree afternoons. I just love everything about it. Here with Dr. Whaley. It's time for Ask the Doc. It's sponsored by Georgia Cancer Specialists. I want to thank you very much. Good morning, Dr. Whaley. How are you?
I'm great. This is one of those places where mine's bigger than yours. It was 28 degrees on my porch.
Oh, yeah, well, I know.
So it's colder in my house than
Yeah, but
yours.
I think where you live, not to undisclosed location, I do think where you live, there's always 2 or 3 degrees colder.
I think so, too.
You know what I mean? I think it's always colder. So anyhow, yeah, I was 32 this morning. Had to put the defroster on. Had to wait just a minute.
And the other thing, in addition to singing, because I really do like Frank Sinatra, was you did have the courage to bring up the change in atmosphere over Bill Clinton. And you've had 25 years, or if you listen to Jane, you've had 40 years of people protecting the Clinton family from many, many things. But there are people who are saying we made a mistake in not pursuing this and doing different things, and they're Democrats. So it's that glacier is moving to grind up the Clintons too.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a master plan, and I will say, and we'll talk to Jane when she comes on here, she is from Arkansas.
Yeah.
And we'll just leave it at this. She knows.
She knows. I would say that the glacier could grind up me, and it could grind up you. You're talking about acceptable groping and not acceptable groping,
Whoa.
acceptable this and not acceptable that. I mean, it's really, it's a lot like the racial thing. I saw one yesterday. Said nobody that I know, nor their parents, nor grandparents or great grandparents, owned any slaves. I mean, it's anyway, we don't want to get into that, but take us all back.
Well, just because you made the mention, I want a quick clarification. When we opened the show, we weren't trying to make we tried to make a joke, but not against women, because Justin Timberlake is on a TV show groping a lady. But what I was getting at is Hollywood's okay with that. If you come out and you grope somebody, Hollywood's okay with that. Hollywood's okay when it's them. Okay, and they call that, there's no outrage over that, and that's why I'm saying, to them, that's good groping. I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
anyway, we'll get off the groping and get on the backaches and the vitamins and stuff, huh?
This is the no groping zone, especially today.
Okay.
Let's go to questions.
Is that what we do here, Sam? Question?
We probably need to move on to questions.
Okay, go.
Zero control. My doctor says I have degenerative changes in my spine. Does this mean I have arthritis? And I'm going to go ahead and put the second part in there so we can talk about it. Does this mean I have arthritis? Is disc replacement surgery an effective treatment for lower back pain? I think those are going to go together a little bit.
That's what I said.
Right.
Please forgive me if I make it sound like I'm getting ready to build a watch to answer what time it is. But I want to just eliminate the autoimmune arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis and that group of diseases, from this discussion, because this specifically focuses on degenerative changes in the back and spine and low back pain, neither of which have anything to do with rheumatoid arthritis and the bad hand thing. I call degenerative changes in the back, knees, hips, or anywhere else age and activity-related arthropathy. And my back doctor told me, and I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago, said, Bill, do you know anybody at 75 years old who does not have a backache? And I stopped and thought, and I said, no, I really don't think I do. So you're a sports fan. I'm going to ask you a question. Can you think of any prominent National Football League ex-player who played at a high level and wasn't sitting on the bench for 10 years that doesn't have a knee issue or walk with a limp or have a shoulder issue? And the answer to the question is no.
Okay. That's the reason they're able to endorse pain relieving
gels.
Yeah,
correct. Okay.
Right?
All right. Now, if I don't mean to
Johnny Bench has been doing
that's right, forever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Blue Emu. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
We
All
wouldn't
right. So
go ahead. No, I do not.
You can't show my hands real well on television, but everybody just stop and look at your. If you're over age 30 or 40, look at the end of your fingers, and you'll feel a little bump.
Note to audience. He said if you're over 30 or 40 to look at your fingers. Sam is not looking at hers. That's as close as I could get. Note to audience.
All right.
I just wanted to say that, Sam.
You'll feel that there's a little.
Stop cracking your knuckles.
There's a little ridge here, and that ridge is called a Heberden node, and that is a degenerative arthropathy solely related to age. And if Sam will take off her shoes and socks and put them on the television, I think you'll see, although I've never seen her with the shoes and socks off, that her toes are relatively straight, and her big toe doesn't have a bulge where the big toe meets the foot. But if you and I take off our shoe, we are going to have a bulge where our big toe meets the foot, and every decade as we go forward, it's going to get larger and larger. That is degenerative arthritis in that joint, because that's the joint that hits the ground the first time every step we take. Now, when you have degenerative changes in the spine, that means you are alive and over the age of about 20. All of us have degenerative changes in the spine that begin in our 20s. So no, it does not mean that you have arthritis. It means that you're alive and that you're a little bit older. That is all degenerative changes in the spine mean. I'm going to go farther than that because of the question about the surgery. There are a lot too many MRIs done, ordered by family docs and by general internists and stuff, because they don't know how to get the patient happy that the shoulder ache or the neck ache or something is a normal condition, and they do a MRI of the neck or the thoracic spine or the entire spine, and the report comes back. There are multiple areas of bulging disc or multiple areas of degenerative disease within the spine. If you do an MRI on our backs, we're probably got between 3 and 8 herniated discs in our back as part of the natural aging process. The crucial thing that the MRI will say is there is no encroachment on the nerve or on the spinal cord. So this degenerative condition within the spine, the bulging of discs within the spine, the deformity of my index finger, this part, the toes and everything else is normal aging. Now, if you're substantially overweight, then you've obviously got more weight on your back, your hips, your knees, and your feet, and you will have more degenerative change over time. So to stay on that thing about the back and stay on the degenerative changes, let's just ask if the person who wrote that question thinks, what did you weigh when you were 30 years of age? And I don't care what they weighed when they were 30 years of age, but at 30, they're maturity height, they're fully grown, they're probably through with their education, they're in their occupation. When they start talking about their backache, they're at 50 years of age or so, and they're probably 20, 40, or 50 pounds heavier than they were at age 30. So Sam, I want you to imagine that each morning you wake up and you take that backpack that belongs to BKP over there and you put 35 pounds of bricks in it, and then you tie that on your back and you walk around with it all day, and you take it off when you go to bed, and you do that 7 days a week. So if you're carrying that 35 extra pounds around with you from age 30 to age 50 or 60, I don't think you would be alarmed to think that you've got more wear and tear on your hips, your knees, your ankles, and your low back than you would if you had not carried that 35 pounds around for 25 years. So that's the answer to the degenerative changes thing. That is natural age and activity-related arthropathy. Our NFL football players have it in shoulders, particularly because if they were linemen or wide receivers. If they were linemen and if they're running backs and wide receivers, they've got it in their knees, period. Well, that's just because of the activity. So that answers the first part. yes, it means you've got age and activity-related arthropathy, and technically you can call that arthritis, but that's natural and normal. Now, the second question asked, is disc replacement surgery an effective treatment for low back pain? And I always want to try and be as helpful as I can to people who have themselves or some loved one or somebody they know that's got the issue. And low back pain covers a huge spectrum of things. I'll first focus on acute low back pain. The number of people that have acute low back pain in their life is what percentage? Pull a number out of the air.
I don't know, 35%.
84%.
Okay, I did.
84% of adults.
I was way off on that.
84% of adults, not will have it, but will be treated for it. They'll see a physician, a chiropractor, or some practitioner for an acute episode of low back pain. And acute low back pain is defined as duration of less than how many weeks? 8. It's not 4 days, 8 weeks. So acute low back pain can happen from anything. You change in a flat tire, you turn funny in the shower to grab a bar of soap, and you have an acute episode of low back pain. Very few of those are an actual herniated disc. That's most likely to occur with a sports injury or industrial injury, and going off and having a disc removal is 3 out of 1,000. But the conservative treatment of low back pain is relieving pain. The drugs that are most common are non-steroidals like Advil, Motrin, and that sort of thing. Narcotic pain medication does not speed recovery. It does not decrease the amount of time people are out of work, and it is not in any way associated with long-term disability or the development of chronic back pain. The drug Tylenol is specifically suggested not to take because when you've got acute episode of low back pain, you're probably going to be taking 3 or 4 doses of drug day after day after day, and Tylenol has that effect of hurting your liver. So anyway, acute low back pain is totally generally non-surgical unless it's an injury of a type that's got a disc. Then the rest of low back pain falls into that category of what I've got, meaning how many people do you know at 70 or 75 whose back doesn't hurt? And that covers a myriad of different conditions. We've talked about them before: spinal stenosis, older women with compression fractures and so forth. And disc surgery or low back surgery or fusion surgery, again, is not the recommended treatment. So basically I would say that surgery upon a disc, in all of the industrial studies that have been done where there are huge numbers of people. The state of Washington, I mentioned before, did a study, and the state of Maine. It seems like 2 blue states on opposite sides of the country, looking at healthcare costs and long-term back pain and long-term disability, discovered that the outcome of a chronic back condition is more affected by the presence or absence of insurance and disability coverage than it is by treatment. So it doesn't make any difference whether you go to a chiropractor, take medication to get an operation. If you've got disability insurance, you are more likely to become disabled and not go back to work than if you don't have disability insurance, regardless of whether you have surgery or treated with drugs or chiropractic manipulation or what. Now, what does that say about it, about us? Anyway, so back to the story. Disc replacement surgery is limited to a very small number of people who have a structural disease that is herniated disc, pushing on a nerve, unstable, particularly elderly women who have got osteoporotic compression fractures, or the guy who had an automobile accident or industrial thing and actually herniated the disc.
Okay, I don't. I appreciate that because there was a lot of things that you said within there that maybe I've dealt with. So just maybe, okay? Maybe a little bit. Maybe.
I don't want to scare anybody away from having an operation when they have seen a neurologist. They have gone through the chiropractic treatments, which are effective. They've gone through the heat, massage, the cold treatments. They've taken their Advil. They've done all of that stuff. They've had the appropriate studies. They've been seen by a neurologist. Now, remember I said one time, to a hammer, everything's a nail. Remember that one?
Right.
Now, if your car is making noise and you take it to a mechanic, the difference really is it a $300 charge or a $900 charge? That's sort of flippant and it's not really true. But if you take it to a diagnostic center that does not perform mechanical work, they may put it on a machine and tell you to switch to high-test gas. So that's the same concept from back surgery. If you take your back to a guy who operates on backs, he's going to talk to you about operating on your back. And if you go through the appropriate steps of your family doctor keeps you up, gives you your Advil, and then you move on to physical therapy, massage, chiropractic intervention, all of which can help relieve pain and can get you back moving quickly. And you've failed that, and then you've gone to a neurologist. He says, oh, your reflexes are bad, and he's looked at the study, and then he's sent you to an orthopedist, a neurosurgeon, and then everybody comes together, the neurologist, the neurologist, the radiologist, the back interventionist, and they say, BKP, you need an operation. And that's when you go get your operation.
I got some people needing to hear about vitamin C, and I've got
people
a
want to
schedule,
sit there.
and
All
I've got to move on.
Move
But I
on,
don't.
all right.
I got to get this question.
Okay.
Can vitamin C help prevent colds or shorten them? Can vitamin C improve my mood?
Can you put that chart up, Sam?
And I don't want to cut this one short, but I mean,
Okay,
I
we're
want to
going
get
to cut
this
a
in.
little short. The answer is no and no. But Sam is going to put up a chart about vitamin deficiencies and where they actually occur. And in every placebo-controlled trial and mega-analysis of tens of thousands of patients, vitamin C does not prevent the common cold, nor does it seem to statistically reduce the length of time that one is sick or the intensity of the cold, and it has nothing to do with mood. Sam should have up on the screen now a chart about legitimate vitamin deficiencies, and they occur in a series of things that will be easy to understand. First is people who have an inadequate intake of vitamins. Sometimes that's the elderly who just don't get fed appropriately, the poor who can't have vegetables or appropriate exposure to meat, alcoholics, and people who are obligate vegans or vegetarians and don't get certain protein and meat sources. So that's poor intake. People who've had gastric, the next one is malabsorption. People who've had bypass surgery, celiac disease, irritable bowel disease, meaning the food goes through too quick, abnormal losses of vitamins like chronic diarrhea or hemodialysis, poor metabolism. Alcohol makes you not metabolize folic acid and B12 right. And then the last one is inadequate synthesis. Vitamin D requires that you go out in the sun. So if you live way up in the north where you have only short periods of the day, and then when you do have them, you're wearing long sleeve shirts and a hat, meaning that there's very little exposed skin, then you can become vitamin D deficient. Or if you are a female in an Arab country, even though you're outdoors, if you are totally clothed and everything that's exposed to the sun is just your eyes, you can become vitamin D deficient. So vitamin deficiencies are uncommon. Vitamin C will not help a cold, and it's not going to make your mood any better. Singing that Sinatra will make your mood better.
I have to, we have Light Up Blue Ridge, we have All-Star Panel, we have Pet of the Week, we have sports, and I'm so excited that this show is getting so packed. I appreciate it. I don't know that I've ever told you this, and I want to apologize in advance, but you have a minute to close.
All right, this is very important. Yesterday, the FDA announced that they are going to impose a illegal schedule name on a herbal tea called Kratom, K-R-A-T-O-M. It is actually served in restaurants and tea places down in Florida, the Purple Lotus in West Palm Beach. You know, you got the idea there. Several in California. It is marketed to parents and to millennials as being a drug that will help you with the opiate epidemic and stop you from taking taking prescription drugs or using heroin, because it binds to the same binding sites. There have been at least 35 deaths this year from using that tea. Probably have been in excess of 200 if they go back and analyze it. K-R-A-T-O-M. You can buy it in health food stores, and they will tell you that it'll help your mood, which was the question about vitamin C, that it may give you a little energy, like an energy drink, Sam, or like caffeine, and that it'll block your craving for narcotic pills and heroin, and the drug will kill you. So don't buy it, and don't let your kids take it.
Thank you for that information, Dr. Whaley, and we want to thank Dr. Whaley every Friday morning for this Ask the Doc segment, sponsored by the Georgia Cancer Specialist. If you have a question for Dr. Whaley, send that to info@fetchernews.com. Please put in the subject at the top, Ask the Doc. We will email those to Dr. Whaley throughout the week, and we will do what we can to get it on the show or get an answer for you. Again, thank you very much. I know we have our flag today. Yes, we do. And thank you very much to the Georgia Cancer Specialist, Dr. Whaley. I know you have your Thrashers jacket on today. Hockey.
And I'm taking my flag.
And you're taking your flag.
And I'm leaving my flag for the panel.
Yeah, I was going to say, leave the flag for the panel.
Okay.
Light Up Blue Ridge, going to talk about that 2 or 3 minutes, what's coming up. Light Up Blue Ridge, All-Star Panel, a lot going on right after this break. Take us to break, Sam.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hey Rebel fans, come visit the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill of Blue Ridge, Fannin County High School's Meet, Eat, and Treat headquarters. Highway 5 in Blue Ridge. Proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hey, I'm your host, BKP, and we're at Blue Jeans Pizza. I just want to make a quick note, if I can, okay? I don't want to get this wrapped up. I'm here with Pam Fink with Light Up Blue Ridge, but FetcherNews.com, FYN TV, there is a great room over here, a big room where you can have all your business meetings. Are you aware of that?
Every Light Up meeting was in there.
I know that. That's why I said it. I know. I wouldn't have said yeah, but like they have here at Blue Jeans Pizza 3 ways you can enjoy this place. There's TVs everywhere where you can watch sports. And you can enjoy this with your family. There is I think it's called the Safe House Lounge over here. Safe House Lounge that you can set up and schedule. And then a meeting room where FYN TV, we have all of our meetings over. You can use your PowerPoint presentation and everything. So I just wanted to throw that out.
Well, Ken has the screen, the projector, everything.
Right.
You don't have to come in with anything except your laptop.
Right. We have our staff meeting here. We always have our staff meeting here at Fetcher News. But we're talking about Light Up Blue Ridge, and I know that you have your meetings over here. And the reason I wanted to start out with that is you guys have done so much planning. Every year, it just gets better. I think last year can't top that, but we're going to do it. We're going to top that. We are. I know, yeah, we're going to top that. Tell our folks out there a little bit about Light Up Blue Ridge and when it is.
Light Up Blue Ridge is a little different this year than ever before. It starts with the traditional Blue Friday, which is November 24th, the day after Thanksgiving. There will be some entertainment around town. There will be some characters walking around, elves and like greeting the children. But the stores will be full of sales, discounts, specials, etc. Then on Saturday morning, November 25th, is the, quote, official Light Up Day, and it will start at 11:15 in the morning with Santa and Mrs. Claus arriving on the train. And then Santa will have a little lunch break, and he will be in the park for pictures with the children and, of course, sitting on a lap, starting at 12:30 to 4:30. While Santa is in the park doing that, there will be entertainment on the stage in the park, very close to him. There will be, again, characters running all around town. There will be musical little skits at Sycamore Crossing. There will be things going on at the deck at Depot. So there will just be a very festive atmosphere all day. Santa will get a dinner break about 4:30, and then at 5:30 the parade starts. The parade is going to be an evening parade for the first time. So the parade will start at 5:30, and it will start somewhere around, depending on how big it is, around Depot and Main, go all the way down to Mountain and back to the fire station. When the parade is over, then we'll have a couple of awards passed out, and there will be a blessing, and then we will light the great tree, and then Colin Ray will sing "Oh Holy Night."
Oh, that was something I wasn't ready for.
Yes.
I wasn't ready, because the last time you were here, you didn't say that.
Things progress every day.
That's why you have the meetings.
Exactly. We really
Colin Ray is going to sing "Oh Holy Night"?
Yes.
Oh, you got it.
We started preparing for this in March.
That's going to be great.
Then the big news is that every Saturday through December 23rd, there will be things happening downtown Blue Ridge. Santa will be there most Saturdays, but not every, because Santa's very busy at that time of the year. He will not be there on December 23rd because he's already gone back to the North Pole to get ready. But there will be entertainment on the stage. There will be entertainment at Sycamore Crossing. There will be entertainment at the Depot. There will be characters running around. The Blue Ridge Community Theater will be doing little mini skits around town, little 10-minute plays. There will just be a very festive atmosphere throughout the entire month of December up till Christmas. The gingerbread house, if you have not signed up yet, just build your house and come. The Gingerbread Village contest, which is every year, the Gingerbread Village will be at the Art Center this year
Now, there's different levels of competition, and where can they find that information?
on lightupblueridge.info.
Okay, 'cause, I mean, I didn't want to stop you because I
Nope.
know you're giving some great information, but it is the gingerbread house is just awesome. But you could have amateur, children, and then there's the professional side where
We go all the
Right.
way, we go all the way from professional to, I think the youngest we've ever had is third grade class.
So if you and your child out there, want to get together and build a gingerbread house, no matter what it looks like, and have fun, the great family, something you could do together, bring it on over, sign it up, and put it in the gingerbread display with your kids, right?
Correct. It is so late
'Cause
right now.
I just love that.
Yeah, it's so late right now. I don't care if you sign up or not. Just build it and come.
Build it and come. All right.
Build it and come. You bring your gingerbread house to the Art Center on next Tuesday. Tuesday, I believe, is the 21st. Tuesday, whatever Tuesday is. And put it on the display, and it stays there all month. And then the judges will be judging Friday morning just before before it opens to the public. And it's just I'm going to say maybe six grade school classes came by last year and toured, and of course voted for the People's Choice Award, which was always one of the children's classes, which was great. It's just build it with your child, bring it, and then come back with your child and see everybody else's, and see how all these great, wonderful, magnificent, silly, poorly built combination of gingerbread houses. It's wonderful.
I've got to get to our next segment, but I don't want to gloss over something. I would be here an hour if I talked about all the moments, the music, the lineup of the music all day, Tuba Christmas, Santa on the Train. I just have a list. You can always tell I've been there before. I can't really pick the moment, but let me just give you mine. I watch, what time's the tree light? Dark.
7 p.m.
All right, so 7
Saturday
p.m.
night.
7 p.m. I always watch, and I get a good spot. I already got my spot. I'm not telling anybody where it's at, but I got a good spot for my picture.
You know the trees move.
Yes, okay, now I got to go case out my spot. Well, anyhow, you change things up on me. So I love at 6:30 watching the assembly of the people getting around the tree slowly between there and 7. And I love watching the little children up front, okay? I love that. And then that actual lighting of the tree, my favorite thing of the day is it is. I mean, I don't know if it is. That's my favorite thing. And hearing the little children just, that's my favorite. But now, I don't know if Colin Racing and Oh Holy Night
might beat you. Well, I came here for 2 reasons specifically.
Okay,
so
go.
I'd like to go with those.
Go with those.
Light Up Blue Ridge is free to the community, put on by the community, for the community. It costs us about $30,000 to $32,000 a year to do it. We are dramatically short of donations this year. Whether you can give $20 or $2,000 or anything in between, donations are desperately needed. We're doing it whether we go in the hole or not, but we are short of money.
And that is on the website. You could get information to get involved that way too?
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead. Your second
Okay,
thing.
and the second thing is I am just a little short on volunteers. I need some people to help Santa, kind of corral the kids as they're getting in line. I need maybe 4 or 5 more volunteers than I have. And so my email link and my phone number is on the website, Pam Fink. Just call me, volunteer 2 hours, sometime one Saturday from November 25th through December 23rd. I really need because if it's not you, it's going to be me all day, every day.
Light Up Blue Ridge website.
.info.
lightupblueridge.info. lightupblueridge.info. All the calendar of events, everything that's going on, how you can volunteer, how you can help financially, everything that's happening, everything about the Gingerbread Village, Tuba Christmas, Colin Racing and Oh Holy Night, the lighting of the great tree, I'll call it the great tree, in downtown Blue Ridge, the Christmas atmosphere leave it.
It's the best.
It's there.
It's the
Pam,
best.
thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
for your
you.
hard work, and we can't wait for Light Up Blue Ridge. We will be there roaming around, taking pictures, and enjoying it from start to finish. 'Cause-
And I'll be
Oh,
there.
I didn't tell you. I'm like one of the kids at the tree. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back after these messages with our all-star panel. Take us a break.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
I was multitasking. I'm multitasking.
Right. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good. We're on the air. Are we live? Are we live?
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Georgia, and we are at Blue Jeans Pizza. Blue Jeans Pizza, which, if you can't tell by now, that's where we're at. This is our all-star panel. This is our panel, and this morning we have Bruce to the far left. He's to the far left, all right. So we have Bruce.
I can say that you're right.
Jane is here. Jane is from Arkansas. Do you know who else is from Arkansas? Can I say that, Jane?
Don't say his name.
Oh, don't say his name.
Everyone knows.
William Jefferson.
Jane is from, easy. Wait till I get there. Jane is from Arkansas.
Johnny Cash.
Okay. Jane, wait, your turn. Jane, I know you just got back to the panel last week, and this is but We have rules, don't we, Bruce?
Yes.
Serious rules.
Serious rules. Okay. So Jane is here, and welcome back, Joanne. It's been a long time since you've been able to join us, and welcome back. Rick is out on special assignment. We have him on ice. He's on. It's Rick on Ice, the musical. He's on special assignment.
Anytime someone's not here, they're on
Special
special assignment.
Of course. Okay, ladies, first of all, I would like to welcome you to the no groping zone.
When did? Never mind.
Well, I mean, I want you to feel comfortable.
Oh, right.
I'm trying, Bruce.
Hey.
I want you to feel comfortable. I don't want you to feel threatened. Do you feel threatened? I mean, I want to make sure, in no way whatsoever, you think that I'm looking you up and down. Anything. I want to take everything off. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Trigger event. Trigger event.
Don't touch. There's pictures now.
With Jane and I here, you're the one that should feel threatened.
Yeah, this is the
What?
words right out of my mouth. You
What?
guys are in trouble.
Yes.
You know, it's hardly ever reverse. We ought to
Right.
start a fad. Reverse groping.
Well,
That
where do
is-
I sign up? No, did I? I better leave that.
I
alone.
don't know. Is that what we're going to discuss?
I
is
guess
groping?
so.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. No.
Well, we need to.
No. Here is
Back
the
to
thing.
Earth. Back to Earth.
It's not what we're discussing. It's what
What
they're
everybody-
discussing. Everybody's discussing this, and you know,
Yeah.
Can I say something then?
go for it. I mean, groping. What say you?
Well, you're right. That's all you see on whether it's the Drudge Report or Breitbart or Al Jazeera, okay, or the New York Times.
CNN.
And it is just, I think, ridiculous. They're going back, there's probably every man out there groped somebody at some point if they're over 65, because back in the day, that seemed to be how things were more acceptable. It's almost like slavery, you know? I mean, at one point when we abolished slavery, everyone had owned a slave, all right? But it was no longer acceptable. Well, this groping thing, to go back 30 and 40 years on every man out there, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, if somebody did that last year, that's one thing, but I'm sick and tired of it personally. I mean, it's all the things that are happening in Congress, everything that President Trump did on his Asian trip, you know, that didn't even get mentioned. All we know is, I mean, now they've got Sylvester Stallone, you know, they've got, you know, every single person, and when's it going to end? I mean, why are we tolerating it?
What say you, Jane? Because seriously, I'm not taking it half-hearted, making a half-hearted joke subject out of it, but you know, what say you now? Let me say what she says 30, 40 years ago, and I didn't hear you say this, but there may be somebody out there saying, well, it wasn't acceptable then. What are you saying? What? Wait. It'll come back to you. All right, easy. Relax. Take notes. Come back. What say you?
Well, when I was about 20 or 21, that was the first time I was in a group of women and there were men around, and that was the first time I felt very uncomfortable with just, so I knew, I mean, it was just like he was teaching me to play golf, and it was the old let me help you swing thing, you know.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm so sorry.
I know, and so
Bruce,
now it
keep
sounds so.
straight face.
But he was, you know, he was just a little too, and I'm thinking, I gotta go home. So yes, it happened, and we didn't say anything. And if I'd have said something about that, then I said, give me a break then. So I think we've got an issue with everyone's overreacting, although I am not in favor of ever being touched inappropriately. And I was saying to my husband, it seems to me like when you send your first graders out, you say, now, if someone touches you in this area and that area, that's bad. Tell mom. But if they just come up and hug you, that's getting to be where you can't do that, or you can't say, gosh, you had a great dinner last night, thanks. You can't even do that. And so I don't think there's a solution. I think it's just going to continue. They're just going to make it a big issue no matter what. But what I will say is about Moore, You don't know because what he did. There's issues about the signature on the annual and all of that. But you know, those people can dig up and pay people to say anything about anyone that they want to. I don't know if that's what they did. I have no clue. I don't know. But it's very difficult to go back 30 years and believe someone who comes forward and says something, and you don't know if it's true, or they've been paid off by the deep state.
I have been asking a question on my show all week, and I'm glad the two of you are here, and I don't want this taken wrong, but, you know, because of what I would presume to be your age, somewhere around 48.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
47.
47, sorry, got that a little off, both of you. Around 40. But what I would presume to be close to your age, that we could talk to you, because this is when Roy Moore would have allegedly done something to you, right? So hold on, I know you made notes, but I want to ask a question. Now this is a serious question. Now I think that is a lovely, beautiful shade of lip gloss you have on this morning. I think it's very nice. Did I offend you? Was I inappropriate? I mean, that's serious.
That's a legitimate question these days.
Did I offend you?
No. You didn't.
Was it inappropriate?
Never crossed my mind it was inappropriate.
Did you put that on, and I'm asking this way, did you put that on this morning thinking that maybe somebody might think it looks nice?
I put it on because I think it looks nice.
Okay, good. All right. No, fine.
But I don't care
But
if
not
anyone
maybe,
else
not
thinks
for
it
somebody
looks
else.
nice.
I framed that question on.
You're
But
not lip glossing for the world.
You're not, but what I'm saying
Not
is,
yet. Give me a few years.
It's okay. You thought it looked great, but it was okay that you go out and somebody thinks this looks nice.
Right. Now, the new generation, you're going to get a different answer,
Right. Okay.
which is just mind-boggling over that simple question.
Bruce, we'll get you in a minute, but if nobody's told you,
Get your lip gloss out. What color you got?
you are a white male. We have to shun you for a minute. Okay, back to you in the notes.
Okay, well,
I want the show to be. I'm trying to do a politically correct show this morning.
all right.
This is interesting.
However, back in the day, all right, because I am about the age of these people that claim this inappropriate activity, I will mention something that I've probably never told anyone, and I realize this is now being recorded. But when I was 14, there was a 28-year-old man that showed a lot of attention. And just like that girl in the article, when they first brought this up, the 14-year-old said she was flattered by his attention. She encouraged it. She went to his house multiple times, okay, because she liked the attention, she liked the gifts. And that was the same thing, this 28-year-old that I had an 18-year-old girlfriend, and I hung out with her, and I ended up meeting people that were older. But he gave her a key to his apartment. We used to hang out there when he was at work, okay? And he gave us money to buy things. He acknowledged that I was, quote, jailbait, okay? He never was inappropriate. There was no sex. There was no, I think he did kiss me once. And I wasn't at all interested in him, but I liked the flattery. I liked the gifts. I liked the fact we had this apartment to hang out in. My parents knew nothing about that. But if this man were running for office now, I could come out of the woodwork. And we really encouraged him, okay? And so he liked having these young girls hang out, you know, but he never bothered us. He just liked the attention.
Are we killing, when I say killing, and I am, and I want you, both of you to know, if I say anything that you feel I should be in a different direction, say it, okay? I'm open to that. But are we killing, and this is not a woman's fault, are we killing the crush? Are we killing the 14-year-old crush? I mean, are we killing that? Are we killing that? Now, I'm not saying that Roy Moore did anything, it's an allege, right?
Yeah,
I'm not saying this
clue.
14-year-old girl is lying. And I think they should come out and tell. It's 40, but are we killing the crush? I mean, how many of us, Bruce, you can get in on this too if you'd like. How many of us remember
Oh, me, my
young-
science teacher.
Your
Oh,
science teacher?
Crush, Joe Dale Howerton.
Oh, you remember the
But
name.
then you open the door.
Golly.
But then you open the door to all the
But
teacher
she
stuff.
remembered the name. That needs to be noted.
But
my
then you open the door to all the
seventh grade
teacher
math
stuff.
teacher.
You got like, 24, 30-year-old teachers doing stuff with 14-year-olds.
All right, let me tell this story like you told. 16-year-old, and I'm not going to mention the names. I know all the names very well. We had a high school
Sorry,
coach.
Joe Dale.
Your teacher, that crush. We had a high school coach. Okay, early 30s, maybe right in the 30 mark. Okay, because see, I know where Gadsden, Alabama is. You do?
Nowhere. Gadsden.
You know where Gadsden is?
We can't
Yes.
see
What,
the RV
right?
there.
They
Les.
had in 1970, yeah, but it's 2017. 1977, allegedly, when Roy Moore did this, Gadsden, Alabama they just built the mall, and then you were out of town. It was done, right? So, trust me. But that being said, we had a coach, I'm going to say somewhere around 30. We had a young lady, 16, cheerleader. Everybody in school knew. Everybody knew, right? It finally became public, and they finally got married. She was 17 and he was 29 or 30. And they got married. She was still in school. And everybody in town talked about it. Everybody knew it. Everybody thought the coach should get fired. But the girl's mom and dad finally said, okay, and whatever. But that happened. I'm not, I'm not getting into the right and wrong, but guess when that was? That was around, not my age, but somewhere around 1977. Somewhere around that.
Year after I got married.
But you understand?
Yeah, I do. We had similar things. It was a woman that seduced the guys, and I didn't know it until our maybe our 30th high school reunion, and they told me, and my jaw dropped. She was the phys ed teacher, very attractive, and she was seducing all the football players. Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't have a clue, but it was.
Oh, you didn't have a clue. You were busy with a
I was
crush
busy with,
on that.
studying.
Oh, yes.
I grew a garden,
Well,
made
see,
all my clothes.
Well, I mean, what we're doing is, since the beginning of time, whether you call it sexual attraction or whatever, has entered into people's decisions to do stuff. Whether you took a job or hired someone. I mean, women have hired men. Men were interested or infatuated with the woman, take the job, but she's got no interest in him. So was that what happened there? The same thing. A man, you whether it's these roles in movies or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's what I was-
that they take that. They basically gave something to him for something they wanted, and now 30 years later. I mean, they didn't have to take that job. They didn't have to go after that part. Okay, they could have said no. They could have said it was inappropriate, but they wanted something. So whether what they bargained we think is inappropriate, I mean, if all of this should be illegal and no one should ever talk to anyone or smile at anyone or ever ask anyone out, then that's what the law should be, right? That's
Right.
where we're going.
I don't want to say last word on the subject, but I kind of want to wrap up the Roy Moore discussion.
Well, we're not going to him.
Well, I want to go a different direction on this discussion. Go ahead.
I think what has gotten us into this mess is when we were young, you held hands. Then when you were 17, you kind of kissed at the skating rink and that kind of thing. Or I did. We were in a small town, nobody got pregnant. I mean, we were just as wholesome. There was stuff going on, but, please. But when we were kids, you could not, on a TV show, they didn't let two people sit on a bed together on a TV show. And that's the truth.
First show, two in the bed.
What
First
was
show,
it?
Brady Bunch.
Really? Well, if you go and study that and the progression
That
of
was,
pornography, literally.
Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore slept
And
apart.
twin beds.
And,
Right,
yeah, and
twin
same
beds.
thing with Ozzie and Harriet, and
I'm
Leave
pretty
It
sure.
to Beaver.
Pretty sure.
And now, pornography is prolific. I was watching House of Cards before I quit watching it, long before that mess happened. My mother was visiting, and a scene came up, and I was speechless. I said, "Bill, turn that off." It's just so. Our children are now seeing
Now,
that.
wait a minute. Did you say, I want to check something out. Did you say, Bill, turn that off? Hold on just a minute. Did you say that, or did he turn it off just?
I said, oh my gosh, let's watch something
You
else.
fumbled around for the
I mean,
computer.
I was just so embarrassed.
Okay, I understand.
But the
and
kids
I
aren't
appreciate-
embarrassed.
So great.
I want to say how much I appreciate the two of you coming on this morning and discussing this openly. I wanted to hear from you, but Roy Moore allegedly, I'm going to go with allegedly, has made all these advances in Gaston, Alabama. There's two questions I asked this week on my show. They were very serious. I was horsing around, but it was very serious. Gaston, Alabama is a small place. So what they want to lead you to believe is that they actually had pictures of Roy Moore at the mall saying, do not let this guy in. He's a pervert, all right? Because they keep talking about he was banned from the mall, right? So they want us to believe that he was banned from the mall.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, they had
Yeah,
a picture?
he was banned from the mall. Oh, yeah, you can pull it up, right?
Okay,
All
is
right.
that true? Are there photographs?
No. It's what they're leading you to
Okay,
believe.
I just needed to know where.
They want you to believe that the guy was publicly banned from the mall. They want you to believe the guy that had the record store, remember the old record store? Can't go down that road right now, hours in the record store. But they want you to believe that the guy that ran the record store remembers Roy Moore being a weirdo creep chasing young girls through. I've read all this, okay? That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that all of these women, that when he went to the restaurant, you know, he was getting coffee saying, sugar babe, leaving a big tip, and these girls were leaving their number or whatever. I don't know. I'm just paraphrasing. I said they want you to believe that. They want you to believe every bit of this. So Gaston, Alabama is small. I want to see the Washington Post do the story on the dad that got Roy and had shotgun, or the preacher that got Roy and had shotgun and said, it's all over town, you're a creep. It's all over town, you're chasing young girls, you're even banned by the mall. Where's that? Because Gaston, Alabama at this time, they got 75 Baptist churches over there. And the one lady that the yearbook, she says her dad was a minister and it was wrong. If this was so, there's accounts of people saying, oh, everybody knew that. If this was so big in Gadsden, Alabama, where is the dad with the shotgun that went to Roy and said, Roy, you better leave these young girls?
How did he get to where he is now?
Wait a minute. Where is the 17 years of election?
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He got,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, Supreme Court, justice in the state. It never came up
The
before.
first time he ran, all of this would have come out, like, everyone
he's
would
running
have-
Or
for
the
DA.
second, or
Because it
the
would have been
third.
He's
real-
running for DA. Now, if you go read all the accounts, and I'm not discounting the accusers, but you go read all the accounts, is everybody saying, well, everybody knew Roy liked these young girls, okay? The first time he ran for DA in Gadsden, Alabama, this county, which is a small county, all right? It's a stopover between Huntsville and Birmingham, all right, to get gas. Would you agree?
Yes.
All right. So the first time this guy ran for Senate or district attorney, where's his opponent's campaign speech? Why would you elect a man that's banned from the mall? I mean, where is his opponent that said, this man that chases young girls all over town is even banned by the mall, you're going to make it? I don't know. Am I asking crazy questions?
Well, yeah, let's remember, opposition research in those days was in its infancy. So,
But everybody knew it. They would have
That's what they're
remembered.
saying, is
okay?
everybody
So
knew it.
All of a
They
sudden,
wouldn't have voted for it.
Someone would have said, "How can this guy run?" Even if it was just one person, and then everyone would have come forward because someone would have
because
written
all the
a
kids in
letter
high
to the
school probably would
editor.
have been voters by then.
They would have written a letter to the
All
editor.
right.
Yeah.
All right. I obviously I have a comment in a minute that will not be understood, but usually then that wouldn't be me if I don't make a comment that's not understood. True. Okay.
It's underestimating us.
Yeah.
In fact, you don't know the comment, so you better say now you don't understand.
I don't understand.
Thank you. You just trust me. The two of you don't want to understand my comment. All right. Anyhow, so where is the list of professionals? A creep is a creep is a creep. All the years he ran in the Alabama Senate, in the Supreme Court as Chief Justice, he had a staff. He had young ladies. He had 16-year-old young ladies from school that their program to go on to college, they signed up to be a page to work in the office. I mean, where's that professional side? Where is that?
And if everyone knew, who would have let their 16-year-old go be a page?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Did
No,
you say-
I'm not advocating. I'm just thinking
Yeah.
there's something here that's
Those
just
are
not meeting
legitimate
the smell
questions.
test to me.
On Laura Ingram Angle, she had a an internist that was with the Black Caucus. She was whatever you call those, internists or something, and she was approached. Everyone knew that certain senators were leech, whatever that word is, creeps is good, and she
Lectures.
yeah, lectures. So she chose one that she didn't think was. Well, he was, and he said something like, "Are you going to be nice to me? Are you going to?" And she said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Are you going to flirt with me?" And it was obvious what he was saying. And when she told a woman that was over the pages or whatever, the woman told the senator she was boycotted, nor she couldn't find a job in D.C. I mean, that was just a few years ago. And we're talking about the slush fund for the sexual misconduct that we have paid off for the Congress. But I'll just say one little thing. If the DNC and Hillary Clinton can pay for an erroneous and concoct an erroneous report on the Russians and have it all over the television and have a special counsel, then they can sure as heck find 10 women for $20,000 or even $5,000 to say whatever they want to say. I'm not saying that's what happened, and I'm not saying he didn't do that.
But it goes back to the Bill Clinton episode.
Yeah.
The attitude is the means justify the ends.
Yes.
If Bill is doing good things for
Right.
abortion or this or that, all that other stuff's his personal life. And they conveniently separate it. Now on issues like this, they don't. They merge it all together and say, he's a creep.
Now they're turning on him because it's convenient.
Well, yeah, they're getting thrown under the bus.
Oh, gee.
We're going to go to commercial, but I'm going to say something jaw-dropping.
Here it comes.
For every bad boy out there, there's a bad girl.
Yeah, that's true.
For every bad
I don't
boy,
know everyone.
Damn it, can I finish my point?
I'm back.
For every bad boy out there, there's a bad girl. And there's a bad boy that climbed through a bad girl's window, but he didn't know which one it was unless she told him and left it unlocked. There's a lot here that people don't talk about. I've about had it with all of the conclusion that every man has done something that was not.
He was the only one, and he took advantage.
Exactly right. So I'm not advocating for Roy Moore, but there's a bad boy and there's a bad girl out there, and there is a such thing.
Well, I agree with your premise. However, back when I was in high school, there were 2 girls that everyone knew would be friendly with anyone, and so every bad boy had the same 2.
Whoa, we're going to break on that.
There were bad girls and bad girls.
There were bad girls and
badder
bad girls.
girls.
We found 2. Oh.
I mean, if there were 50 bad boys, there weren't necessarily 50 bad girls.
Oh, okay. Well,
So it wasn't a one-to-one.
But
Wasn't a one-to-one.
But the guys, it wasn't such a bad thing, boys.
You know what you just called her in town? The town, go to break. Please, let's recover from this. We'll be right back.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from Blue Jeans Pizza in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Glad to have Bruce, Jane, Joeen, and Rick is on special assignment. He is writing the musical Rick on Ice. Bruce, it's your turn. Finally.
Wow, about time.
Have you heard this rumor there's a tax reform bill? Have you heard?
Yes.
Have you heard anything about that?
Rumblings.
Yes.
Yes.
What say you?
Well, it seems to be various parts of it are coming together, and whether they can get over the finish line or not is another issue. So we shall see.
Well, Democrats, over
the House passed the bill, and the
actually
Senate committee
passed by the House.
Finance
it came out of committee. But I mean, I think there's still a few.
Is that what they call deja vu? Didn't we have the House pass repeal of Obamacare? Didn't we have the Senate get their version out of committee, and then didn't we have the famous thumbs down by John McCain?
Do you know how many bills are sitting in the Senate? There's something like 200 or something.
So I mean,
Ye
at
of
this
little
stage,
faith. Ye of little faith.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's because Grandma Collins, I call her Grandma Susan Collins from Maine. All right, first of all, Johnson from Wisconsin says there's not enough tax breaks to make cheese up there, so he's a no.
No, but he said he was amenable to hopefully having things changed.
Well,
so he could go yes.
He could move, but then you have Flake, which is not running again from Arizona, saying he's really on the fence on this one. And we got the same ones, and we got little Bobby Corker in Tennessee, the deficit hawk. They're deficit hawks now. Can you believe they're deficit hawks? They must be babies still in the nest, because if they've been up there in the last 20 years, they voted for everything going on that added to the deficit. But now there's deficit hawks.
Yeah.
Can we get the picture on that? Anyhow, so we have little Bobby Corker from Tennessee, that is on the fence over this, and we've got Dean Heller from out in Nevada. He's on the fence.
And Grandma Susan.
Grandma Susan Collins.
But Ivanka's working grandma.
But Grandma Susan Collins, do you realize if they did not say they were on the fence, they probably wouldn't get invited to all the Sunday morning shows to discuss why. Propaganda, this. I tell you what, America, please quit falling for what they're doing to us.
What's your opinion on all these, senators and representatives? I mean, in terms of, do they really like being on the Sunday shows?
Oh yes, they love it.
Yes.
Oh,
Everyone to a man and a woman.
They didn't, they
love
wouldn't
it. They
come.
love Senate hearings.
Oh, they love it.
They love Senate hearings. They love
wouldn't go
committee
if they didn't
hearings.
love it.
When you go to the House, there's rooms, and these representatives run in, and they got the white cloth draped around so they don't get it on. They got somebody doing this to them and getting them all dolled up.
It's like us on this show.
No, but I'm serious. They love it. Oh
They
yeah,
do.
they do.
It's free
They rush
publicity.
out. Now, not all.
I was gonna ask you that.
Word all's not good,
Okay.
but they love when they break. When they break, it's like the two big mahogany doors open up from the house. They trip over each other trying to get to that camera out in the rotunda. Am I right?
Yeah, and it's always funny seeing, one reporter doing something across the rotunda.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Yeah,
another
and they're
one,
all circled in the rotunda, and they run out to get in front of the camera.
All publicity is
To me, it's deja vu.
important.
Today, it's deja vu.
All over
I
again.
don't. Here's the thing. I hope they pass tax reform, but as I and many other talk show hosts throughout the day continue to tell America, if they actually pass something very strong for Donald Trump and him being an outsider, that could actually lead other people to believe that they could be an outsider and get something done. So they can't. They can't let Donald Trump get anything done because it would validate an outsider could run.
No Mark
and do-
Cuban? No Elon Musk?
I'm just saying
No
they
Oprah?
can't let Donald Trump have success. They can't. Do you
Just
understand
on
what
the-
I'm saying?
I do. Just for the principle of the thing. They just cannot let him succeed. And when you say, look at the economy, look at the market, look at the this, look at the businesses coming back, they absolutely negate it. They change the
Remember
subject.
two things: political, career.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which
but
is-
then that means that the grassroots America that elected Donald Trump has one more task to complete, and that's at the 2018
Right.
election, get rid of all of the people that are doing the blocking.
Okay, you're right.
And that needs to be our
All right, get rid of.
main
Wait.
task.
What a
Get rid of.
bloodbath that'll be.
2018.
I can't wait.
2018. Get rid of all the people doing the blocking, right?
Yes.
If you get rid of Roy Moore, and they want a Jimmy Swaggart moment out of Roy Moore. That's what they want. They want Roy Moore to stand up and say he has sinned, he is wrong, and cry. And then the Democrats will even coalesce around him and see if they can get him help for his problem and all that stuff. Seriously, it's not a joke. That's what they want, is a Jimmy Swaggart moment. And then the candidates that you say that we need to put in place, those are AKA Steve Bannon candidates, and then that will destroy the Steve Bannon candidate, because then they can go out and say to Republicans, say, do you really want to go with a Steve Bannon candidate that cannot get elected? Look at what happened to Roy Moore. He's probably a cookie cutter Roy Moore. That's right. So you're right, but that's what their MO is. And then for 2018, who do they have to take out? America's getting duped here. Who do they have to take out of the conversation for 2018?
No, wait a minute. I think America's being duped with the people that come out of the woodwork on somebody like Roy Moore, that, like you said in the last segment, that where were they? Okay, and so to make up something to destroy someone, he was vetted before he ever ran. He was certainly vetted before he ran for district attorney and whatever. And so now that all this comes out of the woodwork, just like it did, there was another candidate that something came up that we'd never heard of in 40 years, and they brought it up right before the election.
Okay. Here's where America's being duped.
He was a dude.
We got the first part to end the Steve Bannon candidates. That's the work. That's A. B, 2018, what do they have to take out of the conversation? For years, we've been able to run against the Clintons. For years. We are no longer able to run against Clintons because you have Donna Brazile, this was timed out 2 weeks ago, fell on the sword about corruption. What is Hillary Clinton known for? Corruption. Well, the Democrats brought it out in a book. They've distanced themselves from Hillary. They're after corruption. They don't like it. Donna Brazile comes out. She takes Hillary off. Trust me, she's off. Okay? Now, what's the other thing they like to run against? They like to run against Bill Clinton, and they like to run against him being a predator and flying on the Lolita Express, the pedophile plane, and they like to run against him about, allegedly raping these ladies, which I think he did. Right now, I know you know he did this Roy Moore thing, and then the Al Franken is a fall on the sword for the Democrats. Al Frankenson, he's the sacrificial senator because he's from Minnesota, and if he does the right thing and resigns, okay, they'll elect another Democrat, right? So this is your sacrificial Democrat. Democrats are going to come out and they're going to say, "Oh my God!" They even said we don't have to tiptoe. This morning they said we don't have to tiptoe around the Clintons anymore. That's right. They're taking it off the 2018.
Who's the DNC going to coalesce around them?
I don't know, but you got all these candidates. I got sports. I've got Pet of the Week. Biden, the creep. He's daddy creep. He's big daddy creep.
Oh, they got some great video.
Listen, but don't forget. Is it true that there are 300 sealed indictments? I've been reading that in a lot of places from Mueller. Are there 300 sealed indictments? And if there are, those people aren't going to be there anyway, because something is getting ready to break, I will tell you that, and it's going to wipe out a lot of them.
But going back to Joanne's point, I mean, basically, Democrats are going to be in that same boat with the Republicans. I mean, it isn't just going to be a Republican change. It's going to be a lot of Democrats.
The Republicans will eat their own. The Democrats will come out and surround their own and find reasons why they're being the ones that would best handle it, period.
That's how it works.
Right. Every Democrat, like Weiner and all
they're
of them.
They're coming out with Al Franken now.
Yes.
He apologized.
They all get to stay. Every time a Republican anything's been found out about them, they have to immediately resign. And I don't understand that. It's
the conversation has been great. You hit the nail on the head. They will be Republicans, they'll be Democrats. Republicans will eat their own. The Democrats, when they come out, they will coalesce around their people and find ways. And by the way, there's a senator, Bob Menendez, that jury tampered. My words, my opinion, jury tampered with the jury, tampering with the jury. My words, my opinion, in New Jersey. Where else? Where's it ever happened before? And is in gridlock. Chicago. So it is his corruption case. The Senator Bob Menendez in New Jersey has been a mistrial. Okay, so my God, and now you know who is really watching that? Hillary Clinton. Because if we can't convict Bob Menendez, what can we do? I hate to be like this, but time is running out. I hate to call it a minute. Close. You're something in the
I'll pass to the ladies.
Deferring to what a gentleman right here. A
Yeah.
gentleman. Okay.
That got a little close. I'll pass to the ladies. So I believe the most dangerous person, dangerous meaning against the light side, that has to go is Mitch McConnell. I think he is, the word evil comes to mind. I mean, I think that man is in the deep state. I think even when he said, "Oh, Trump just doesn't know how things work around here. It just takes some time." No, it doesn't. It takes time if they make it take time. They could have passed all that. But a lot of the Republicans are in the deep state too, period. And they're up to their eyeballs in bad stuff.
What say you?
Well, and sort of on that same track, I would like to know what the Senate does all day long from 9 to 5, all right? They could work extra hours on things, but from 9 to 5, there's all those bills piled up. What do they do, every one of them, all day? We pay for them to be in Washington. They could stay in their state and deal with their constituents, because when they're in Washington, they're not accomplishing anything. And as Jane just said, they could pass those bills. At least half of them are a piece of cake. But they just sit there because McConnell doesn't bring them to the floor. He doesn't put them in committee to bring them to the floor. And why? Why is all that sitting there? And why do we let it?
And they actually work like 110 days a year.
Okay, great conversation. Wow, I can't believe we have to stop this. Great conversation. Let me say this. They said it all. I don't need to close.
Well, we'll be on the show Monday and pick it up.
You want to do that? Let's do that. Okay. I don't care, man.
I won't be here. Oh, I'll be here Monday morning.
Okay, relax.
The show
Oh,
is in the
easy.
mornings.
Oh, bada bing, bada boom. Let's move
know
along.
about money.
Just because you're ladies don't mean you get to run the place. Okay.
Yeah, but we can touch.
Yeah, we can.
I want to thank you two ladies. I want to be serious. I want to thank you two ladies for coming on today and talking about this sensitive subject, expressing stories, and being open about it. I want to thank both of you very much for doing that. This was big. This was good. America needs to watch this. Seriously, not ABC, not CBS. We might be an internet show on Friday morning, but this is what America needs to watch. I have very direct questions. If in Alabama, for you, if you were in Alabama and you were a resident in Alabama, would you support Roy Moore today?
I probably wouldn't vote for him.
Okay, if you were in Alabama and lived in Alabama, would you support Roy Moore today?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. That's interesting.
There you go. That's why I asked it. And folks, as Joe, you said deferred. I deferred.
But what's your choice?
It's a vote. Come on.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
you're
vote.
not
How
a
would you
woman.
vote?
You don't have a vote.
I'm changing
okay,
my vote.
Bruce. No, you
I'm
can't.
changing. Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
I would too, because the other one's one is free, is for choice, and and that's the biggest thing. So I'd vote for Roy.
All right, leave it up to them.
Scratch that.
Folks, as Joeen said, the Senate could bring it to the floor. Folks, the Senate last night moved the tax reform bill out of the Finance Committee. That's a big hurdle. Guess what Mitch McConnell could do today? He could set up debate. He could have set it up for this morning. It came out last night. He could set it up for Friday and Monday. But now Friday and Monday are travel days. But he could set it up for Friday and Monday, right? And he could call a vote for Tuesday, and then after they vote and give you tax reform and bring $1 trillion worth of investment back into this country through the corporate tax cuts that they keep screaming about, they could all go home for Thanksgiving. But what did Mitch McConnell say? He said, I think I could set this vote up for when we return from Thanksgiving. Why?
I think.
Why? You know why? So they all can make the morning shows this Sunday. It's propaganda, people. Quit falling for what they're doing. We'll be right back with sports.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge. Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win, win.
The Tupelo Tea Mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hey Rebel fans, come visit the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill of Blue Ridge, Fannin County High School's Meet, Eat, and Treat headquarters. Highway 5 in Blue Ridge. Proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Georgia. We're at Blue Jeans Pizza. We close out our show every Friday with the Pet of the Week from the Humane Society, so stay tuned for that. But it's now time, Team FYN Sports, Jason Banks. Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Thank you.
Two subjects I want to go with this morning. You and I talked, and at Team FYN Sports, we don't throw out, you're the Jay Glazier of North Georgia, okay?
Nice.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was good or bad.
I don't either.
So, you're the Jay Glazier of North Georgia. We threw out, you and I talked of the rumor a while back that was out that Will Shira, senior at Fannin Rebels Baseball, was going to graduate and then head down to Georgia Tech to start spring practice. We cannot confirm that, so we didn't go public with it. But you knew that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we heard that.
This week, the announcement was made public that he will not be pitching his senior year up here for the Fannin Rebels, and he will be at spring workouts with the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Yep, that's right. Congratulations to him, well deserved, and no doubt he'll get some time on the mound. I think. I mean,
You think he will?
Yeah, I believe
That's
he
my
will.
question for you this morning is, do you think a true freshman that, hey, he's graduating, topping his class, right?
Yes.
So do you think this true freshman that's leaving, not pitching a senior year? Now, I know there's been guys that have gone all the way to the pros, been signed straight out of high school, and they're in a farm club somewhere. So it's not unusual, it has happened, but do you think this true freshman will be throwing the ball?
Absolutely. The reason that I believe he will is because he succeeds at every single thing he does. I mean, I don't think there's anything he can't do, whether it's academically, as an athlete, and then you look at all of his community service. I mean, I don't know how he has time for that, but when he gets to Georgia Tech, I expect the cream rises to the top, right? And historically, when we look at Will Shira, that's all he knows how to do.
I love facts. Fact, as a sophomore. Fact, left-handed. Fact, threw the ball over the plate 90 mile an hour.
As a sophomore.
As a sophomore. When he gets down there, now Coach Ayers, we love Coach Ayers, but it's still high school baseball, right?
Right.
But when he gets down there and he gets in that D1 college rank, because Georgia Tech, Yellow Jackets, that's D1 baseball.
Yeah.
When he gets in that, there is a training room in there we don't have here.
Right.
There's a staff in there. They're going to get that thing from 90 to 93 to 96. They know how to do that.
And they
They know
will
how
do
to
it.
do that. They're going to do it.
Yep. All they've got to do is lay down the groundwork and tell him what to do and how to tweak it. And whether it's technique or strength or his speed or whatever they have to do, and even down to the nutrition that he eats. There are things that he hasn't had in all this awesome high school career that are going to be right there laid out for him. Just a simple roadmap, as simple as driving your car for the first time to downtown Atlanta. You don't know where you're going. You plug it in your GPS, and your GPS says, drive here, turn here. And there you are. Next thing you know, you've reached your destination. he will reach his destination of pitching probably in the major league someday.
Folks, let me just bring this up. I jumped right into it because I get so excited. We are talking Fannin Rebel baseball, Fannin Rebel High School baseball here. Will Shira signed a commitment letter 2 days ago, Tuesday of this past week, to pitch, D1 pitch for Georgia Tech. Then, about 48 hours, if that long, he made an announcement, a public announcement, that because he is top of the class, that he would top in his class. He would graduate in December, and he would be in the spring workouts with Georgia Tech, and he thanked everybody. I was on the show, yes, Wednesday morning, saying, come out and get this last opportunity to watch this guy pitch. I don't want to say knowing this was coming, because at that time we're still dealing with rumors, so we can't say that. But we know now.
Yeah, we know now. We didn't know until he said it himself, right? Because you got to hear it from him.
So you think he'll pitch right out of the box, true freshman?
I believe he will.
Well, then get the schedule ready so we can plan the road trips. I mean, come on. Do you have the schedule ready? You've known how long? 24 hours? Get the schedule ready so the road trips can be planned.
I'll bookmark it. And I'll forward it to your email.
Anything else on that? Because I got another subject I want to move to.
No.
All
That's
right,
good.
let me move to another subject. We love our high school sports. I did a 12-minute opinion piece concerning Gilmer High School football. And thank you out there. It's up to next to 600 views now.
Yeah.
And I just gave my opinion of the last 4 years of what has taken place in Gilmer High School football. I'm going to say something unusual this morning that you may have a hard time when you talk football. Loving. And I know that. So last night I got an opportunity to talk to the Gilmer County Board of Education. I signed up for public comment, and I went up there and the board was there. And I just said coaching staff, because if you say the person's name, it's personnel and they can't talk.
Right.
All right. So I said coaching staff. And I looked at him and I ended with this, and I said, you know what? We can say it here, Casey Wingard, and there's discussion in the air whether he'll be returning as the head coach of the Gilmer Bobcats. And I looked at them, Jason, and I said, you know, I love football. I love a good hit. Don't want anybody hurt, but I like to see somebody take a minute to have to get up when they got jacked up. All right, it's football. All right, we love it, right?
Right.
And we understand that. We don't say loving very often. But I looked at the Board of Education last night and I said, you know, I know you may want the coach right now that kicks, spits, I don't want to say cuss, but kicks, spits, rakes the dirt, throws his hat. I know that might be the coach you really want in your heart. This might not be the coach you think can do that, but this team needed the coach to love them through the pain that the adults put them through.
Right.
And that was Casey Wingard. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely. 100% agree. And also the support that he has. So the team that he's got there too.
Right.
They are the perfect team for the situation that they have been put in. Not that they put themselves in, but that they have been put in. So, you know, hey, let's screw everything up. Then let's give this guy a job, right? With roughly 40 guys that still want to play football, knowing they're going to have the hardest time in the world to win a football game. Hey, let's throw this guy in there, and then
give him 5 coaches. You know, when other teams got 120 players on the sideline, all pumped up, everything, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
you got a dozen coaches plus. Right.
And then when he doesn't produce a winning season, right? And by winning season, I don't know. They may still even be having this conversation if they went 5-5. Who knows? You know,
Right.
I don't know what the expectation is. But if the expectation was anything more than winning no games, then they're wrong. You can't.
You got to give somebody the tools.
Have to.
You got to give somebody tools. If I stuck a 2x4 over there, I told you to cut it in half, and you look at me like, "Where's the saw?" And I say, "Well, chew it in half. It takes a little longer."
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
if you don't have the tool, right? I mean,
Right.
It takes a little longer. Chew it in half.
And that's a good point, because the time factor matters too. So if he had the tools, right, if they spent the money and they hired the coaches that they needed, right, and they attracted more players to play for the team, then maybe it wouldn't take as long, but it would still take time. But they didn't even give him that. So he needs 5 years. at least 4 more years before they should even be talking about, is this the right guy? Because he is the right guy for the situation that they've put him in.
And I agree with that. Give him the tools. I make it real simple. I know how silly it sounds, but if you ask the guy to cut a piece of wood in half and he doesn't have a pair of tools, doesn't have a saw, all right, and you tell him to chew it in half, it's going to take a little longer. The last thing I was able to say last night to them is they needed a, and I'll end with this because I want to give you a final minute of whatever you might have up so we can go to Pet of the Week and close.
Cool.
But they had I told them they needed a coach. I said, these kids love this man. They will play for this man, okay? And they did. This man loves these kids. So what I'm translating is there is a group that did not give up on him, and at no time did he give up on them.
That's right.
He never gave up on the program or them on any given day, practice, or whatever. And I heard people say, well, he just ran the same 3 plays. Well, folks, for those of you out there that don't know coaching, sorry if I offend you, but you're only going to have 3 plays in the box if you got 40 kids, because you cannot have this playbook this thick.
Nope.
Okay. Keep the coach, let him go through the halls, let him recruit, let the kids that had the courage to play help him recruit, give him 5 years. Maybe not him, that's up to you, but you're looking at 5 years, Gilmer Bobcat, and make sure your 7th and 8th grade teams flow into your high school. Wrap
Yes.
us up. What do you got?
Last thing, just, playoffs are still going on. We don't have any of our local teams that we were covered real heavy in the playoffs, but I did want to mention Dawson County got a big game tonight against Cedar Grove. And for those who don't know, of course, Cedar Grove won the state championship last year. They beat GAC in a tough game. And so looking at this game, Dawson County 8-3, 5-1 in region play. Their one loss, of course, a blowout loss to GAC. Blowout in the second half, we'll say that. But how good is Cedar Grove? They're 11-0, 6-0 in region play. They won state last year, as I mentioned. They beat Westminster, who's no pushover, right? They beat them 41-10, so they handled them. They beat Pace Academy 28-7. They beat Stone Mountain 48-6. They beat McNair 47-0. They won another game, so like 70-0. They must have been having a great time. I'm assuming that was senior night. And they haven't lost a game since August 29th, 2015. So go Tigers, it's time.
We have Murphy Bulldogs are playing over at today. Yep. Long trip over at New London, North Carolina. That's a big one tonight.
Yep.
Big
Tough
one tonight.
matchup.
Anything else you have, sir?
That's it.
That's it.
Follow us on Facebook.
Team FYN Sports.
Yes.
Find Team FYN Sports on Facebook, at Team FYN Sports on Twitter. Follow us there. Jason Banks, head of Team FYN Sports. Follow him all week long. Look for the promo on Instant Replay.
Instant Replay.
Instant Replay coming up soon with a lot of interactive sports. And if you would like to be on his sports show, get in touch with us. info@fetchernews.com or tag us at Team FYN Sports. Send a message. I'm your host, BKP. Thank you. Stay tuned. We're going to run the reel right now of our Pet of the Week from Humane Society. And I will be back, I don't know. We'll see. Pet of the Week, Humane Society. Thank you very much. Go there, Sam.
There you go. Okay.
Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Yes, this is Pet of the Week, Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Rena, what have you done to me? I've got 2 puppies running around.
Here we go. This is Thelma.
Come here, Thelma.
And this is Louise.
Come here, Thelma.
And they're right about 11 weeks old.
Where are you going?
She's going to get that treat.
This is Thelma. Here.
And they are so much fun. They just went into General Pop recently, just within the last week. And they love to play together. And we'd like to try to find them a home together if possible. We think that they're a maybe Dachshund. She looks like she's got Beagle in her. Louise, come here. Louise, you're running off. Come back. Here you go. Good girl. Come here.
She's running all over the place. This is Thelma.
She is.
That is Louise.
Come on. There we go. And, whoops. Oh, she got the big one. Come here. Come on. Here we go. And there we go.
What are you doing to me? This is the pet of the week. I am on the floor with these puppies.
Come on, Louise. Come on, Thelma. Come here. Come here, Thelma.
Thelma.
Come here, Thelma.
Thelma and
Come here,
Louise.
Thelma.
Thelma and Louise.
Here we go.
Now, how old are they?
Just about 11 weeks. And we got them right around 5 weeks, I believe. So they're going to be small dogs. They're only, Thelma last weight was 5.5. That was, I don't know, the end of last week. And Louise was right at 4.5. So she's always about a pound. Come here. She's about a pound behind Thelma. Thelma is the bigger one. But Louise, get over here. Come here, baby. Come on.
Well, if they run out of the camera shot, that's okay because they're just great little puppies and they're in general population now.
They are.
So that means they're ready.
They are ready. They are
Right.
ready. They do have 2 more shots that have to be given. They haven't had their full shots. Obviously, they haven't had rabies. They're not spayed or neutered. Well, spayed. They're both female. But we could, sometimes we do foster to adopt. You'd have to fill out the forms, but we'd really like you to come see them. Obviously, a meet and greet if you have a dog. If you have a big dog, they'd really have to be able to come on. Thelma, Louise.
So we need a meet and greet, but I'll tell you what, sometimes, and I'm just going to say this, sometimes an older dog, when you bring a puppy in the house, sometimes it upsets them.
It does.
But then on the other side, there's some dogs that they get a little older, they think you brought someone for them to take care of. They become caregivers. So
and sometimes it makes the older dog, gives them a little bit more life, more playtime for them.
Okay,
Come here.
Thelma and Louise,
come
over here.
Come on.
No playing over there. Over here.
Here we go. Okay.
Now, how do you expect for somebody to want to adopt you if you don't
If you're
come
not in
over
the
here?
camera, come on.
Come over here.
Come on, Louise.
Come here.
on. Here we go. Here we go.
Here you go. Here you go. So, this is Humane Society of Blue Ridge, folks, and this is our
Here we
pet
go.
of the week.
Here we go.
We always have, and these are the great puppies that we have today, Thelma and Louise, and they're both available for adoption. How do we get in touch with you for the? All right. I call you. Somehow Sam's in trouble for this when we get done. Okay.
Yes. They are.
You too, Rena. You and Sam are both in trouble for bringing
Yes,
puppies
I
in here
know.
today.
I know. Hang on.
So, how can we get in touch with you?
Come by and visit us at 171 Mineral Springs Road, which is just off of Askin in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Call us 706-632-4357. Follow us on Facebook and go to our website, humanesocietyofblueridge.org, and come out and see these wonderful, wonderful puppies. We have other puppies that are 5 months, 6 months. We have adult dogs that need adopted. We have plenty of cats and kittens that really need to find a good home. We are closed Sundays and Tuesdays. We're open Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 2.
Now, who do I have?
You have Louise.
Louise, and that's Thelma.
This is Thelma. Louise.
Thelma's always been a problem.
She is, yeah. Louise likes being held. She's not quite so. When you hold Thelma, she'll take it for a little while. She gives kisses. Oh, thank you for kisses. And then she wants to run. And Louise, she'll sit just a little bit longer in your lap. Give kisses, Louise.
Oh.
Give kiss. There's your sister. Give kiss. There you go.
Oh, would you stop that? Folks, it's
She's
Humane
right there.
Society of
Yes,
Blue
she
Ridge.
is.
This is our pet of the week. We always have a pet of the week. And we have Thelma and Louise, these beautiful puppies. They also have cats and plenty of other dogs. You can don't look at me. Don't you dare. Stop it.
Beautiful brown
You
eyes.
can find
Beautiful brown
them a
eyes.
website one more time.
Humane Society of BlueRidge.org.
HumaneSocietyofBlueRidge.org. Also find their Facebook page and make an appointment today to come out and meet these.
Give kiss. No, there you go.
Rena's about to get in trouble. Bringing puppies in here. She knows. So come out and check these two beautiful pups out today. Or you bring your dog, bring your family. And I think there's some kids out there that would love to have a puppy.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And we have just the puppy for you out there. Rena, now, one more time before we leave, but when they've already gone through the 14 days, is it?
An intake, yes.
There's 2 more shots here.
There are 2 more shots because they were so young when we got them. They have to have 4 shots, and then they get their rabies later when they get 4 or 5 months old, and they won't get spayed until at least 5 months old, probably 6, because they are going to be small dogs. But if you're looking for a small dog and you're local, foster to adopt, so that we can continue their shots and get them spayed when it's needed. And if you have a little dog you want to do, thank you, Thelma.
Folks, Thelma and Louise are looking for a home today, and also check out the Humane Society of Blue Ridge.org and their Facebook page. I'm your host, BKP. This has been our Pet of the Week segment. Oh gosh. This office has gone to the dogs. We're out of here.
Columnist and blogger Michelle Malkin feels about who's in the White House. Her new book title says it all. Please welcome the author of Culture of Corruption, Obama and his team of tax cheats, crooks, and cronies, Michelle Malkin. Welcome, Michelle. I spent this weekend getting through most of the book. You write faster than I can read at this point, but I want to talk about the title, and I want you to expand a little bit about it. You'd be hard-pressed, you say in this book, to find an area of the White House and the Obama administration that's not corrupt, correct?
That's right. I scoured from top to bottom. And, of course, a lot of people are already familiar with the botched nomination process. Everybody knows about tax cheat Tom Daschle, Bill Richardson, who was involved in a lot of pay-for-play scandals.
What botched nomination? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tom Daschle, the first HHS Secretary nominee, who represented everything that is against hope and change. He's a revolving door lobbyist. He failed to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxes on his private